Happy Halloween, everyone! We can't forget about our dogs this Halloween. So, little King has his costume on, and we are going to make some pumpkin dog treats today. These are really easy treats with just a few ingredients. So, I already have everything laid out, and I already have the oven preheating to 350 degrees. The first thing we're going to do here is put about 2 cups of these oats in this food processor so that we can have some oat flour. Okay, now that we've made our oat flour, we're going to crack an egg into our mixing bowl. Now we're going to dump in about a cup of canned pumpkin. Okay, so I had a little bit less than a full cup left in that can, and I don't really want to open another can, so we're just going to go with that, see how it is. We're not following an exact recipe here. We're just kind of mixing things together until we have the right consistency. That's one of the fun things about making dog treats is they don't have to be perfect. The dogs will eat anything. So now we're going to put in about a cup of peanut butter. Anytime you're making dog treats, be sure to check the ingredients on your peanut butter. You do not want to use any peanut butter that has xylitol or birch sugar in it. Those ingredients are highly toxic to dogs. Okay, so now that we have our wet ingredients mixed together, we're just going to dump in our oat flour. And we'll give it a good mix and just see if we have the right consistency or not. Okay, so this looks like about the right consistency to me. It is pretty thick. We do not want like a runny or super sticky dough. And just because it is Halloween, I am going to mix together a little bit of red and yellow food dye to make orange, make these look a little bit more like pumpkins. I honestly probably should have mixed this food dye together earlier and just dumped it in with the wet ingredients before I put in the oat flour. But I didn't think about it. And they're dog treats, so it really doesn't matter. Just have fun with this. That's honestly one of my favorite things about making dog treats is that it just doesn't matter. If you forget an ingredient, you put too much of an ingredient, you do it in the wrong order, your dogs will never know. They'll never care. So just have fun with it. Same rule applies with the food dye as with the peanut butter. Make sure that there's no toxic ingredients to your dogs in the food dye that you're going to be using. Now that everything is mixed together, we are just going to dump this right on to the kitchen counter. We're going to line our baking sheet with some parchment paper. Just make sure everything is really good and mixed together here. And then we are just going to roll these into little balls to make little pumpkins. I actually went to 3 different stores earlier today trying to find pumpkin-shaped cookie cutters. I could not find any, so we're just making little pumpkins. I guess I didn't really need to dump this out on my kitchen counter. I probably just could have grabbed the dough directly out of the bowl to roll it, but part of the fun is making a mess. And it's definitely not cooking at my house if we're not making a mess. I love making dog treats for my dogs because the ones that you buy at the store often have just so many preservatives and fillers and just all kinds of crap that is really unhealthy for your dog. And at least if I make them at home myself, I know exactly what is in them. And that just makes me feel a lot better. If you're new to my channel or new to making dog treats, I have several videos here on my channel sharing some of my most favorite dog treat recipes. I even have a cat treat video that is very funny. I would highly recommend that you watch it. I'm trying to keep all of these about the same size, fairly small, but some are a little bit bigger than others. It doesn't really matter. And these are not going to expand or change shape very much as they bake. They will a little bit, But so it's okay if you put them fairly close together on your baking sheet. If you have kids, I think this would be something really fun to do with them. I don't have kids, so I'm doing it myself, but you know, to each their own. Okay, so now that we have a tray of these rolled out, we're gonna put these in the oven and let them bake for about 20 to 30 minutes. And you can see here we actually have plenty of dough left, so we could make a whole other tray of these if we wanted to. Okay, so we let these bake for 30 minutes. They look about right, so let's just let them cool off and then we'll see how the dogs like them. Okay, the treats have cooled off, but before we see if the dogs like them or not, I do want to quickly say that if you need a pet sitter, dog walker, or pet transporter who takes things to the next level like this, go to our website. It's badtothebonepetcare.com. Our team services the Jacksonville area of Florida, and I personally will travel anywhere in the world to pet sit for you. So with that, let's see if the dogs like these pumpkin treats. Turkey, there you go. Tig, King. All right, was that good? Was that good? Yes, I think they're a win. So with that, my name's Doug the Dog Guy. This is Turkey Bird. That's Tigger. Little one is King, and we are all reminding you to stay positive.